Hi, this is Christine. It is Friday, March 27th. It's in the afternoon/evening. And I've got thoughts running through my head. The kingdom of heaven. Guys, it's here. It's on this earth. It's been on this earth for a while, but it hasn't been activated properly or fully until right now. There's still more growing to do, but it's on its way. The old is on its way out. The new is on its way in. Jesus said in the resurrection that they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are like the angels in heaven. The reason is because in heaven you don't need to get married. You don't need law to bind you or a marriage certificate to bind you. I think men and women do partner up, but men see women as partners and equals. They're different from men because they're feminine, but men don't view women as something for their pleasure and enjoyment. It's not something for you to use and then toss aside when you're done with it, which is kind of what women have gone through in history and times past. It was unfortunate because a woman didn't have an option for life. She was raised to eventually become a wife and mother. As a young girl, she's trained that way. And then you're supposed to get married at a young age, and you become your husband's property. He provides for you and protects you, puts a roof over your head, works, makes money so that you can buy groceries, and then your job is to take care of the house, take care of him, cook for him, clean for him, give him sex, give him children, and take care of the family. You don't really have much worth other than that. And quite frankly, if a man didn't have a sex drive, he probably wouldn't want to get married. So that's really what a woman's job was. And she, in essence, gave up her life in order to serve her husband, while he was allowed to run around if he wanted to, and she really didn't have a say-so. She was pretty much chattel. And I tell you, it's not an easy life. The women who have gone in the past, who've lived in the past. Law, like in the Bible, law puts you in bondage. It puts you in slavery, in a cage, in a prison cell, and in a dungeon. It puts you in a box. It's the matrix that the world is trapped in right now. And a box is another word for a coffin. You're dead because you don't feel alive. Everything, the rat race that people are in, it sucks the life right out of you. That is the old world. That's the world of law and of Bible and religion. And by religion, I'm talking about all religions. It could be Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Muslim, Buddhism, Hinduism, whatever. If you have some kind of religion that forces you to behave a certain way in order to be accepted, that's your coffin. That's your tomb, that's your grave. In order to resurrect, you awaken. That's why the New Age is called awakening, because people are coming out of the grave, you guys, spiritually. Their bodies are still walking around on this planet, but their spirits have been dead and lifeless because the old world has been sucking them dry of their energy. But they are awakening to life. Their eyes are opening to spirituality. Jesus said in the book of Matthew, "Lo, I am with you always, even till the end of the age." It's depending on what version you're reading. But the old age is passing away. And the new age, that's why it's called a new age movement, the new age is moving in. God's children are resurrecting. They're coming back to life. They're coming out of law, out of the coffin. They're breaking through the matrix. There are light workers out there. God has had them be born, and by God I mean the divine or the universe or, true creator. I'm not talking about the God of the Bible, because that's a different person. Guys, the God of the Bible is not true creator. The God of the Bible, actually the book of the Bible, is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil that God told us to stay away from. Because if you think about it, if you were to buy something at a grocery store and somebody asks, and the girl asks you, do you want a receipt for this? And you say, no, let's save a tree, as a joke. What you're actually saying is, let's save the paper by saving the tree. What are books made of? They're made of paper. What's on paper? Black ink on white paper, black and white. Black and white, good and evil, the knowledge of good and evil. When you ingest fruit, when you ingest of the tree, you take it in. How do you take a book in? You read it. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil is the Bible. It's any book of religion. That's what God told us to stay away from. Because quite frankly, the world is good. It's beautiful. It might have its problems right now, but those problems are going to be worked out and darkness will go away. God's kingdom is here. It's been here for 2,000 years since Jesus came and resurrected. But it hasn't come to its full fruition, but it's on its way. And 2015 is the year where a lot of people are waking up. Light workers are even mentioning it, that people are just snapping into the message really quickly this year. It's here, guys. Women will be respected. Men won't use them. If a man and woman, if they want to partner up, they will. And other men won't try to take your wife from you because they'll have respect for you. People will just honor each other, and they'll just know that you're together and nobody will mess with you. They'll help you when you're down. You don't need law. You don't need a marriage certificate. You just choose your partner and you decide to stay with them. It's not staying with somebody because a piece of paper tells you to do it. It's staying with them because your heart is invested, because you love the person. The old world is passing away. It's the world of judgment. Even homosexuals. There's no judgment. They are people, they're souls who just decided to incarnate in a body with that mindset. But there's no judgment. There's no hatred. Even with diet, people are eating better. They're wanting to take care of themselves. It's just a mind shift. The whole, and we're a collective body. The grid, the universe, the divine, the true creator grid, it's lighting up. It's coming into power because each person is a light bulb, and as they awaken, boom, the light comes on inside of them, and it's being, the grid of the true creator is being lit up like a Christmas tree, and another light bulb comes on every time somebody new awakens, and they come out of the dark and out of the grave and out of the tomb. This is the year of resurrection. God has had light workers. He's been placing them on the surface, which is this planet Earth, and they are doing their mission. They're doing their work. They're spreading their message. They're helping their fellow brethren and mankind. And then you have people stuck in religion who are in essence stuck in hell and in the grave. Because when you got baptized, in the Bible, when John the Baptist, when he baptized Jesus, when you get baptized into Jesus' death. So you enter into death, and you stay there until you resurrect, just like Jesus had to resurrect. If a person doesn't resurrect, they stay in death. And who is the god of death? It's the devil. Now granted, there is actually no devil. There's only one God, and it's true creator God. But just as you have a yin-yang sign of black and white, and every person has a front side that faces you. When someone's talking to you, that front side is facing you. You know, you're looking each other in the eyes, you see each other, you're listening, you're engaged, you're talking, you're present with that person. If somebody was talking to you and you turned your back on that person, in essence, you're rejecting them, and you're not listening to them, and you don't want to hear anything they have to say. Well, when people are in religion, the reason it's the dark realm, people call him the devil, but really all it is the backside of God. Why? Because religion preaches and teaches good versus evil. The religious are righteous, and everybody in the world is lost and needs saving. And the world is going to hell, and we're saved. That's how religion thinks. It thinks of separation. I'm better than you. I'm holier than you. There's hierarchy. I'm better than you. I sit up here on this throne and need to be worshipped, and you have to worship me. That's all the old realm. That's the devil. That's darkness. That's hell. That's where a lot of people are at. And the sad thing is they don't know that they have to come out. They're not supposed to be there. This is where a lot of struggles come from. It's the good and the evil thinking or mindset. It's the mindset of judgment and of calling people names, or of saying my religion's better than your religion. Quite frankly, all religions we don't need it. Okay, the only thing that's really needed is love, because that's what true creator is. He's just love. And so long as people are still bound in hell and in judgment and in religion and in separation, thinking that God is somebody who sits on a throne and has fiery hellfire judgment, as long as people are thinking that way, it's separation. They think that God is somewhere out there that you need to bow down and worship to him. But he's not. That's the God of the darkness, of the pit, of hell and Hades. Okay, it's not true creator God. It's the devil. It's who the Bible calls Lucifer, who sits as he's God, pretending that he's God, but he's not. Okay, this is the biggest wool being pulled over a person's eyes and deception in all of history. But when you realize it, and you wake up and you see that actually God is inside of you, that's why Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within you, because it's inside of you, it's not outside of you. You're actually a son or daughter of God, because God is living inside of you. He is all life, and if you're breathing, then you have his life breath in you. And if his life breath is in you, then that means that he's in you. So that makes you a child of God. It's the people on the surface who never fell. They're not the fallen angels. The fallen angels are those who ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil and died. They might not have died physically because they're still walking around on this planet, but they died spiritually. Just like Adam. He didn't die physically, Adam and Eve. They didn't die physically after they ate of the tree, but they died spiritually. Their light went out. Their light inside of them. They lost their soul. Their soul is their light. S-O-U-L is their light. They put their light out. They lost their soul when they ate of it. And it put them in darkness and in hell. And that's where people who are in religion, I don't care what kind of religion it is, if you're in it, you ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, because you're calling some people in the world good, mainly those in the religious society, and you're calling everyone else who's not in religion evil, which is the world. You're calling them pagans and every other name. So you fell into the book of the knowledge of good and evil if you're calling people good and bad, and you're judging them, saying, I'm righteous and you're a wicked sinner who's lost. So true Creator God, the grid, is lighting up as more people come out of the grave, but he can't be completely fulfilled until all of his children come home. So the people that are in darkness and in religion still, they need to come home, and the way you come home is just to wake up. And the way to wake up and step out of your coffin, literally, the way to wake up is just to realize that you're in hell right now and you're not supposed to be there. There are light workers on the surface who are here. They've been set up here. They have businesses. They're here to help you, those who are coming up out of the grave and are resurrecting. They are here to help you to engage back into life again. The kingdom of heaven, guys, it's here. And I'm watching a documentary on food right now, on health and food and about taking care of your body. And I watched it probably 3 years ago when it first came out, and I'm watching it for a second time, but I'm watching it now with new eyes. And I'm seeing the beauty of it. Heaven is here, guys. It's on the surface. It's not underground. It's not in the coffin. It's not in religion. Please come out of death. Wake up and engage back into life again. There's so much up here on the surface to enjoy and to be a part of. Come out of the grave, guys, and awaken to new life. This is the year of awakening. Be blessed, and I hope to see you all on the surface. We're up here waiting for you. Bye. Have a good day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.